Hello, everybody! I don't even know why I still do that. It's not the Pat's Plays channel, anyway.
Not really, but it works.
Yeah.
It's something.
So, we're back for the 4th episode of the FullRestore Podcast.
Woo!
I guess, actually, we'll be covering Scope Lens, and then a new segment called The Feedist, and then the, Wide Lens, where we'll talk about Defeatist and tell you what it is. Kind of. Should we do Wide Lens before Defeatist?
I don't think it really matters.
Yeah, because Wide Lens also has to talk about the new Let's Plays.
Yeah.
And, no, here's what we'll do. We'll do Scope Lens, into Wide Lens, into Defeatist, into Max Revive.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. So, welcome to the FullRestore Podcast with Pat's Plays. I still don't have a Pokemon name for myself other than Pat the Breeder. I need an item.
Yeah.
Which we'll think of some at some point. And
Birdie or SacredAsh.
SacredAsh.
2 names.
Who will be talking about the videos that they'll be doing on their channel during the Wide Lens. But to start off, we have some news about Gen 7. And that we don't think it's coming out this year.
Oh, definitely not.
Definitely not coming out this year. And why?
Because they just released, Cerebi figured out there was going to be a Super Mystery Dungeon game. And it's pretty late in the year, so I don't see why they'd make another game.
And what is this going to be, a Colosian one?
I don't think they have any information on it, but I have mixed feelings about it because Gates to Infinity kind of sucked, in my opinion.
Well, have they been on a gradual decline, or has it been good, bad, good, bad, good, bad?
Well, the first ones were objectively all right. I really enjoyed them.
They were very hype.
I was pretty young at the time, but Explorers of Sky, Darkness Time, those were all fantastic. Like, story-wise, gameplay-wise, I loved them.
And then went
And
straight
then
into
it just went,
Yeah.
straight down.
There was nothing between 4th and 5th gens to have it. I mean, they could have done...
No, it was...
there was Heart Gold and Soul Silver they could have done something with.
Explorers of Time and stuff, I think that was
Because the first
gen.
game was 1st and 3rd. And then Explorers of Time was 4th and, I guess, a bit of 2nd gen. No, because...
it was like just everything up to 4th.
The Gen 2 remakes weren't out until after that Mystery Dungeon game, I think.
No, they weren't.
Yeah, they definitely weren't out. But and then by the time the next one was in development, they had to make the fifth game. And that one I remember had a good advertisement budget. Like I think it had an anime for a while or something.
They each had their own one shots, except for I don't know if Infinity had a one shot. I didn't watch it. It's just it took away some of the things.
How were the one shots?
The one shots were good. I liked them.
Yeah. They were hyped because people were just like, this is what I dreamt of as a kid or whatever, like a kid being put into a Pokemon body and everything.
I mean, they were cute. It was I kind of were hoping they would do a mini series, but they never did.
I remember that there was a big theory going around that the Mystery Dungeon games were a world where N won.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I remember
that theory?
one.
Yeah.
Because there were no humans, but there was that one, I think they were called Friend Zones, where it was like an abandoned lab where humans used to live.
Yeah, and people thought that it was N's victory. Like, you defeated Getsus, and then you didn't defeat N. And then N was just like, well, I get to be king now. I kind of went into a John voice there.
Yeah, it's an alternate timeline where Getsus prevailed.
No, Getsus didn't prevail.
Oh, yeah.
You beat Getsus before you fight N, right?
Oh, it's been a while.
Or do you fight N first? Either way, imagine a world where you beat Getsus, but you don't beat N, or N beats you and then beats Getsus.
I wouldn't really mind that world. N was pretty cool. A little misguided, but I loved him.
I mean, it makes you wonder where all the humans went.
I mean,
maybe
there were some plot holes
maybe
never really explained.
Maybe N used the lady who made the Dream World machine and turned everyone into humans. And then the next... You know how good the Pokemon world is about keeping stuff from the next generation. I mean, the Pokemon War. Am I right? They kept that from the younger generation.
That's
so
true.
Imagine if all humans were turned into Pokemon, one fell swoop. Okay? Then all of those Pokemon were hush-hush about it.
That wouldn't work, though, because they know what humans are. You were a human originally.
Yes, but what I'm saying is that they don't keep the news of what humans are. They just keep the news that all of these Pokekids' parents were once humans.
But wasn't there a Gardevoir that knew a human, and that human was Gengar? And so I mean, there are humans. They're just not. It's just like a little Pokemon. It wasn't an island. Was it a peninsula? It was kind of a peninsula where there are no humans.
Is this a Hoopa deal then?
I maybe.
Fucking Hoopa ruins everything. Like the appearance of Hoopa, and with no backstory to tell us anything about Hoopa. Like the way that the movie looks from those few gifs I've seen, it seems like Hoopa's just there to fuck shit up. Like there's gonna be no explanation.
Have you
it's
heard
like
Hoopa's voice?
What's Hoopa's voice like?
I mean, apparently
Does it speak English?
Yeah, there was like an outrage about it because of how just terrible it was. I haven't really watched any movies since 5th Gen. I feel like they kind of declined, and they're just kind of chugging them out because they make money.
What were the 6th Gen movies?
There wasn't really any 6th Gen. Oh, there was a Dianthe movie.
There was a Dianthe movie, okay.
And I, have it, but I have yet to watch it.
I feel like the Dianthe movie, I've heard nothing about it, but I feel like the Dianthe movie would, if anything, would be like Legend of Mew.
Yeah.
Like Lucario.
That's what it looked like from, the little bit of it that I watched.
Because Dianthe feels like Lucario in that movie felt. You know? Like a very, very closely tied to humans kind of guardian thing. Yeah. God, that movie was the shit. That movie had adorableness in terms of, everyone sneaking around the building. That's classic. When I saw Lucario and Mr. Mew, and there was that scene with the Mew that turned into a Trico and was switching around the ceiling, and then hung out with the Munchlax and the Pikachu and everyone. I got flashbacks to the first movie with the Pikachu scene, with the log ride and everything and all that. It was that level of adorable Pokemon going on adventure thing. And whenever a human came in, you were just like, God damn it, let them have their fun.
No, I love that movie. That
movie had cute things. That movie had epic things. That movie had, a staple in every Pokemon movie where it's the moment where shit gets real when they do the flashback to literally Pokemon Wars. And
the ending was super emotional.
It had emotional stuff. It had creepy, very creepy, terrifying things with the, for some reason, pink goo that came out of nowhere.
Wasn't it? It was explained they were the antibodies of the tree or something.
Yeah, it was the antibodies of the tree. Creepy.
Oh no, I thought it was cool. It was the most scientific explanation ever.
It was very cool. It was very scary, but it was also a bit creepy in its execution.
Well, kind of even in Pokemon, a little bit of darkness sprinkled in there. So
Regice.
Regice. I don't remember.
Regice is the most scary Pokemon.
I don't know what they did.
Okay, here was Regirock. Here was Registeel. You remember how Regice sounded?
Oh yeah, no, I do.
Regice
was always my favorite, though.
It was terrifying. It was that thing. If I was the kind of person who got nightmares from scary stuff, it would have been from that Regice, because that thing was so angry. The others, hurled rocks or, shot flash cannons.
They hurled rocks and shot flash cannons. No big
deal.
But
Regice wanted to freeze them and then shatter them, and, it was so angry. And especially, for some reason, I feel like Regice is the more feminine of the three. So, it was just, this kind of,
get off my lawn.
But, oh my God, Regice was terrifying. Plus, it gave us probably one of the best sound bites Ash has ever said. Regice! Can you do it? Can you do this?
I don't remember this part.
You don't remember?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
When he gets blown up by Regice and he starts falling, he goes Regice!
Oh my gosh,
He's
I need to look this up.
It's imagine, the, Steam No, or Steam Ples in that one thing where it's it's sale time.
Yeah.
It was Regice Ples or Regice No. It was no, Regice! Be gentle!
I'm gonna have to look this up. Is it a thing? Is there
is
there an audio clip?
Find the YouTube thing of it. Type Ash screams Regice.
Right. Is it Regice or Regice?
It's Regice. Regice?
Ash versus Cynthia.
No.
No.
There it is. 4 years ago, 728 views. Yeah.
Oh my God.
702.85.
Oh my gosh.
Put the full volume and replay it.
Could we link this video in the description? Do we have
Link,
permission to do that?
link cable. Yeah, we can link anything we want.
Okay.
Oh, look. On the right, my bay.
Swampert?
No, above
Oh.
Swampert.
Female Latias.
Yes. Oh, well, Latias is female. He says it 3 times. It's like, why are you just screaming Regice? You sound more like a Regice than Regice.
Oh, that is so...
That is terrifying.
I think it's
That thing is an
adorable.
alien. That thing is going to kill everyone.
It's misunderstood. It was my favorite as a
Is
kid.
this a misunderstanding?
I
this
thought
ice
Regice
beam?
was cute as a kid. I only caught cute Pokemon, and Regice was like the queen of cute.
Look at that. Is that cute?
I'd buy a plushie of it.
There isn't no such thing as a plushie of Regice.
I bet there is.
Okay, I get how you can make rocks seem plushy. I get how you can make smooth steel look plushy. Regice is sharp.
You don't know how many plushies I have, and what, like, I have a Sableye plushie, okay? They have plushies for everything.
Wow, you typed it with a Y?
Yes. Look.
It looks demented. They couldn't do it right. Regice is unplushable. Those look terrible.
They have a Regigigas one. Why not have a Regice one?
Because Regigigas is cool. Regice is terrifying.
Here, I'll take off the Y, so maybe... No, it's not working.
Regice is unplushable. It is not round. Regice is not round.
I don't think these are official, though. I think these are all fan-made. But they're all adorable.
Regice is unplushable.
It looks like a marshmallow.
Yes, and that's not what...
Can we, like, include a picture of Regice in the podcast?
Probably. I'll have to edit this one pretty well.
All
Oh,
right.
Nope, that's something else. Remember from Andy? I have to scroll through a lot here.
Have
actually.
you...
Here we go.
We were here with Andy, like, months back. Are you trying
God.
to tell me that you have not cleaned out your tabs
Well,
since
I mean,
then?
I don't need to. It doesn't load any of them. It
Oh
only
my
loads them when I go to
gosh.
them. Like, look. Or, no, why did I... see, it doesn't load until I go to it. Now, I just need to... Hold up. Where... Okay, I may have lost the tab. Let's keep scrolling.
I wish they could see your tabs right now. This is
It's a
ridiculous.
lot. It's over 100, definitely.
Oh, yeah. This is scary.
Oh, hey, this song. I remember I listened to this, for 2 hours or so. Do you know this song?
No, I do now. You literally have logged in over an hour.
Yes. This was one of the most amazing songs ever.
I don't even. This entire video is just gonna have, like, links up the wazoo under it.
I really have no idea where I am right now. Okay. I just need to look for the, okay, FullRestore there.
You have FullRestore everywhere. Why not
No.
just exit FullRestore tag when you...
Here it is. Here's the BFY. Okay, it's somewhere here. Great, yes, there it is. Okay, sorry for the bit of red card where I just lost myself in the tabs. I'm gonna save that as usable for an audio clip. Usable. So good.
So cute.
So demented. That thing is terrifying.
It's cute. I had very high standards when I was younger. And
Well,
I
that'll
can
be the
assure
third
you-
episode of
I
Defeatist.
can assure you, Regice is adorable.
Well, okay, that's 14 minutes. Let's go to
Oh,
Wildlands
yeah.
for a bit. Okay.
We're
So
on.
so we have let's talk about your channel.
Okay. So, all I know for a fact right now is
Not
that
yes, made.
I'm gonna have some Let's Plays up, like, the second exams are done.
And reviews.
Yes! The question is, what to review?
Well, we made the suggestion maybe review Pokemon. I said, oh, how about you review spin-offs? But I meant to say fan games. So we could either do shitty Pokemon fan games and you could do a JonTron style thing, or you could do a more professional review of the actual spin-off games like Rumble U and Mystery Dungeon. Or you could just review everything.
I could. I was thinking of doing manga. The question is, where do you get the manga? Oh, yeah. I don't feel right about scanlations.
Yeah. I mean...
I feel like if you're a reviewer, you have to get them the legal way.
Yeah. Scratch his back of neck. I mean, yeah.
Anyways.
We should do a red card about the manga.
We should.
Okay, so, your channel will have stuff. But what's more important is that I read Pokemon Special all the way up through Gen 5. Stopped halfway through Gen 5 because I spilled water on my paper and I couldn't finish it because it ruined the last pages and it was a bit out of order. Let's just go with that.
Yeah. That's exactly
there's the other mic that I was going to give you.
Oh yeah,
there's a mic you
right
can
in
use.
front of us.
Yeah. I can never find a perfect position for this mic. So what I want to say is, how many of you've read all the way through Yellow, right?
I've read the first gen of Pokemon Adventure. I just couldn't find the others, and then I have a few one shots. I have Gingy's Rescue Team or whatever, and then I have that one crazy Diamond and Pearl spinoff, the one that I showed you. It's like Diamond and Pearl Adventures.
Wait, what the fuck? I get another set of Pokemon?
Oh.
Do I get a new starter every time I do
yeah,
this?
pretty much. Spoiler alert for post-game Oros.
I think it's a spoiler. Everyone knows that you get at least one starter from different generation.
Oh, this is new for me.
Is his wife pissed off at him?
He has a wife? I thought Brendan was like...
What is going on? Is this a Zoroark or something? There's just this lady chasing him around.
Basically, you get like...
Oh god, I wanted a Piplup so bad. I needed a water type
You get
on my
the
team.
choice of any starter you want.
Yeah, like one
From
of everything.
one of everything in Oros post-game if you go to where you got your first starter.
I didn't misread that situation now, didn't I? Wow, this is a real red card. I assumed it was a Pokemon chasing me, but it was just my own wife. What the fuck, Mr. Birch? You're not in Unova. It's not a Zoroark.
Well, actually, there are Zorua on this route, or
What?
the next one. They're really rare, but I've seen them. You can find them.
I swear, if this thing's a Zoroark, my what slip up. I'm sure you do appreciate helping me out. Though, in fact, why don't you keep that Pokemon? Yes, the one from the Sinnoh region. Samantha received Piplup. I'll name it later, but...
Name it Pippi.
No.
Pippi Longstalks, or whatever.
Your wife didn't say anything. I think that might be a Zorua. Dude, you might be sleeping with a Zorua.
Oh my gosh, Brendan is half Pokemon. Imagine that.
Imagine. Oh my god. Well, actually, going by Ditto logic, they wouldn't be half Pokemon. They would be full human.
Have you ever heard the fan theory that N is a Zoroark, or however you say it?
Oh my
You've
god.
never heard that fan
I've never
theory?
heard the fan theory that is a Zoroark. Or a
all
Zorua.
over the internet. I think it's kind of BS, but
I mean,
there's a lot of evidence for it.
I mean, anyone could be a Zorua.
Well, I mean...
Not anyone... Actually, anyone who has not... Well... No, because... Has Zorua ever taken on an original form, or has it always been clones of people? Have the movies ever had a unique Zorua character?
I didn't watch the Zorro movie, and that one actually did look really good.
Because if they can only copy, then that means that they copied someone else and they're impersonating them, which is like the ability. You know, the Ditto ability and the
Oh, that's a good
what's
point.
Zoroark's ability called?
It's like Imposter, I think.
No, Imposter is Ditto's hidden ability.
Oh.
Illusion, no.
Yeah, no.
No.
It's something.
Hold up.
Should we look it up?
Zorua. Reggie Eyes. Reggie Eyes. He says it. I don't know why. Illusion. I don't know why he says it so many times. Illusion. So let's just scroll
This
down.
one, something to fill in those lip flaps, and they're localizing it.
Yeah, they did need to fill. That's probably what it was. It was just a dub thing.
Oh my gosh, Shiny Zorua is so cute.
Yes. You know why Nate wanted it so much. I honestly, I'm not a big fan of Zoroark's design in terms of his hair and everything, because you don't really see it a lot in the game.
Really? I love it.
You don't really see it a lot.
It's probably like my favorite 5th gen design, Gen 5 design.
It's just, it looks like a lycanthrope. And I've been watching a lot of Bloodborne lately, so I'm kind of like, anything that reminds me of that game is a bit, ugh. So yeah.
What were we looking for again?
Just the name of the ability. So yeah, also, where is his wife? His wife isn't here. Oh, wait. No, he's Brandon's dad. I totally forgot that for some reason. I'm ashamed of myself. So maybe we can talk to Brandon's mom and see what the fuck was going on there.
See.
Holy shit! I forgot that he's here. I'm having a hard time deciding where I should go. Oh, you can. Have you ever fought him in post game?
No, I don't think I have.
I wonder where he is. I wonder where...
He's right here right now.
Yeah, he's right here right now. What's his mom gotta say? Oh, hello, sweetie. Feel free to stay a while. I'm keeping my eye on you. Zorua.
We're totally mispronouncing that.
Zorua. Zorark. It's.
I could never.
Some people say Zorark or Zorark, but I say Zorark. Or do I? Fuck. Ah! God damn it. This is a good red card.
Yeah.
So here's the party.
Did we want to do the other stuff we were going to talk about? Or just turn this into a... Okay.
It's not a red card podcast. It's definitely a Pokemon podcast. So here's the party so far. Quilava, Ilvarak, Mike, Cammy, Jean Cisse, Carrie, and Lillian. So I get a Grottle in pretty much every other game because somehow I end up with one. I don't know how. It's always from a wireless trade. And I think it's because that was the one game where I didn't pick the grass starter. And it's just the universe shunning me for it. So yeah, I'm just going to...
What are you using this team for anyways?
Just, chilling.
No.
I like to raise, sub-elites. I've done it ever since Emerald. It's just a team of just, backup.
Oh.
In Emerald, the first sub-elites team was a Bagon, a Beldum, a Swablu, an Anorith, a Lileep, or a Gradely, and something else. But that was the original sub-elites team.
My first sub-elites team was horribly cliche. It was all starters, and they all knew just, if it was a fire starter, they knew, Blast Burn, Fire Blast, Flamethrower.
By the way, every one of these starters has the Pledge move. And I need to replace someone with this Piplup and train the Piplup up.
So have any starter if you want it for your Pledge team.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to need either another water type or another. I'm probably going to replace the Grottle, to be honest.
Yeah.
And, yeah. But enough about tiny baby Pokemon.
Yes.
And their
Moving on.
amazing awkward stages. So we kind of got a little offhand, and we just recorded the entire... basically what we were going to do as a separate episode. So, we cut that.
Yeah.
And we also ate food.
Yeah, it was really good. Chickpeas, try them.
Chickpeas?
Yeah.
Scooch up.
Okay, sure.
So, the FullRestore, this is the FullRestore podcast. We just recorded the Defeatist podcast. And that's when we debate whether Gen 6 is shit or not. And... we have a little bit of a spirit trip.
Yeah, we came to a pretty tame conclusion. You need to get someone on here who's, really opinionated. I'm just not strong enough to,
No, you were very strong. You got pissed off at me.
I mean, maybe.
Gen 1 still sucks, though.
No, it doesn't.
There we go. So, let's move on to the next segment. The Max Revive. I've had a bit of trouble because I got all hyped up and got all the layout and everything done for the Fire Red, for the Fire Black Schema-Run. And then I showed it to my brother, and he was like, it's not fiery enough.
It broke his little senpai heart.
I'm not a very self-conscious person. But when it comes to my work, I got really subconscious about it, and I feel like I'm making a terrible mistake, so I need to rethink this. So help me. What should we do?
Well, my theory was, we talked about this earlier, he was a little iffy on it, we just do fire types instead of having, a fire schema, just fire types. And yeah,
there's only 6.
Exactly. You really have to work for it.
6 counting, it's 4 without counting the one at Victory Road and the one at the end of the game. It's 4 Pokemon.
I thought it was 10, you said.
What? No, it's your starter.
Okay.
The monkey. Bulbapedia slowing me
Oh,
down.
there it is. Okay, so
Darmanitan, Chandelure, Heatmore, and Reshiram.
I think that's good enough. And you can...
No!
You really have to work for it. It's like one of those Nuzlockes where people don't use the Pokemon Center.
But it's not that I don't have to. It's not that I have to work for it. It's that it's just gonna be boring because there's no fainting rule.
Oh, there isn't a fainting rule?
Well, I don't think there is because like if there was, I would be dead instantly.
I guess the entire game would be grinding.
The first gym you fight on is water.
Oh, yeah.
God, Bulbapedia, you're so slow.
Maybe it's because you have 100 tabs open.
No, they're not loaded. Come on, Firefox. Come on. Oh boy, I have to crash Flash Player right now.
Yeah. So our other idea, while Pat's computer loads, was to use an adjective. Like, maybe instead of electricity, I would use storm, which would give me access to electric and water Pokemon.
Rain and thunder kind of stuff, which is kind of what you're
maybe grass?
On. Yeah.
Because, I mean, water...
Yeah.
So, we're having issues coming up with an adjective for fire.
Yeah, it's just fire sucks for black and white. It just really sucks.
I think forest fire is the way to go.
Forest fire was hilarious. It was the idea where I was just like, what if all the sprites were just them either being very, like, it was all the fire types who were, like, happy and, like, satanic looking with, like, dark eyes, and then all the grass types were just literally on fire, screaming.
Poor Whimsicott. That originally...
Whimsicott wouldn't burn. Whimsicott would be like...
like, I feel bad for Whimsicott. Wasn't it originally going to be my channel's mascot?
Maybe.
I was debating on it, but then we went with Lugia. Because, you know, SacredAsh.
Oh, right. I forgot that we were going to do that. It's all these Bulbapedia tabs, by the way. That's the only thing that's lagging it. Bulbapedia is terrible.
That and all the YouTube tabs, the FullRestore tabs.
No, they're not loaded. These take up so much space on the computer.
The Cerebi tabs.
Cerebi, I don't know if that lags.
The Tumblr tags.
Nope. Doesn't lag. Like, this is going to run so much faster now that these are closed.
I'd love to do a flying schema, but that would be impossible since all the bird Pokemon are, like, spread across the different gens.
Yeah. I feel like I should, I don't know if I should do the Fire Black. Like I feel like, but I've never done Black and White. I need to pick something for it, but there's so few
if we
Pokemon.
want to make the schema really good, we want it to be able to be applied to every game. That's what made Nuzlocke so popular.
Yeah.
You could apply it to your favorite games. People also love the challenge of it. Maybe we're looking at it wrong. Maybe we're trying too hard to make a theme and not enough to make it challenging.
I think I was focusing, like, I don't think there was enough of a theme on mine. People said it just wasn't fiery enough.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Maybe instead of setting Poke restrictions, we set game restrictions? No items? That'd be pretty easy.
Maybe I should just do a paired Cimarron.
I don't know, I really like the idea of a scheme. I feel like it has potential. I feel like it's just something we're overlooking.
There is something we're overlooking, yeah. I hope that Nick has fun with his shiny run. Have I told you about that?
No.
He's going to get his fans to send him in shinies. Now, those will be his encounters.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
And his fans get to name them whatever the fuck they want, and he can't change the names.
Oh, God.
So now it went from taking up a whole gigabyte to taking up only 240 kilobytes.
Wow.
Yeah.
You should go into computers. You should go into computers.
No, this is just basic stuff, honestly.
I know none of this.
Look, those big drops. That was me closing Flash Player, which was every Flash Player, and then that was me closing down Bulbapedia.
So...
God, it's really hard.
We could discuss it on here, or we could move on to something else, because unfortunately we don't have a pre-recorded solution.
Because I just, I don't know. I made the layout. I want to make the videos.
I do too, so we should probably get this all straightened out.
You know, and then there's the other thought where I just do it. I get it over with so I can say that I've played Black and White. and then we do other stuff, and we just get out of the way, because like maybe it's not gonna be the mascot of the channel and everything, but I just need to get over with.
Maybe you could restart your game and just do a simple let's play.
No, nobody likes walkthroughs. Even though people do like walkthroughs, and everyone's watching freaking walkthroughs. Ugh. I don't know why. Like, your guys don't walkthrough. It's like, so boring.
One of my favorite YouTubers.
You know, like, I wish I could record the stuff that I do on I wish I had a capture card, because I could do another egg lock and all sorts of stuff.
Doesn't Terrell have a capture?
I could. Do you think I could randomize black?
Ooh,
could I randomize black?
You could randomize black.
I could randomize black and only catch fire types.
Wasn't that like my plan a few months ago?
I think it might have been.
Oh my gosh!
Okay, let's see if we can get a Desmume black randomizer.
I'm sure it exists. He's so happy he's typing in all caps.
Am I still in all caps?
No. Desmume
No, Desmume is in caps. Universal Pokemon game randomizer. So let's just do that. A randomano run.
A randomano.
Randomano.
That would be fun though, and it would still be challenging because he got the water gym.
And it would still be a collectathon, because you'd have to fucking just, if you didn't get any, you'd be screwed. It's totally random.
Do you want to do? We should do Nuzlocke rules with it too.
Paralock. Coma-Run rules. Basically. Yeah, we should do the catching rules of it and the fainting rules of it and everything.
Yeah.
No, we shouldn't do the catching rule of it.
But we shouldn't?
Well, one per area. It would be maybe like we couldn't even do one fire type per area, because if you got one patch of Gots with 4 fire types in it and then no fire types for the rest of the game, we should do it. You catch every fire type.
Okay.
Yeah, because fire is a rare type.
True. Well, I mean, it's one of the 3 main types, I'd say.
Yeah, but it's rare. It's like ice. It's almost as rare as ice.
It's not ice.
Yeah, ice is really rare. I think I'd say it's as rare as fighting? No.
It's pretty common.
It's not, though.
I don't know. I like the idea. Could you set it to randomize only fire types throughout the majority of the game?
Oh my god, that'd be ridiculous.
Then you could do Nuzlocke rules, because then maybe you'd find like a Tepig on Route 1, and then you'd find a Simisear on
Your
Route
starter
2.
would be randomized, and you might not get a fire type starter.
Oh, true.
Well, we don't have to you can non-randomize static encounters.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'd have to set it up.
But you would definitely still do the Schema-Run.
Oh,
Because your one works. The Storm Run works. Basically, what we came down to is, forget it being a one type and then adjectives about that type. Why not just cut the shit and just have the title be that? You're not doing red with fire. You're not doing fire with red and steam and whatever, smoke and whatever. You're doing storm. That's your thing, storm.
Yeah.
And then that just answers all your questions right there. And I think maybe 20 is too much.
Oh,
honestly.
definitely. I'd say I'm like
10, 15?
10.
Yeah.
Limiting your pool of Pokemon definitely makes the game more challenging.
But maybe 20 is just too much.
Oh, definitely. I'd have to say so. Or maybe what you could do with your run.
Because, I mean, we recently did Coma-Runs, and we used under 10 Pokemon. I think I used 10 Pokemon. I did the first 6, and then starter fainted, so that was one replacement, and then replaced the 2 derps. Remember?
The derps.
Yeah, the contest derps. And then there was the Camerupt and the Roselia that replaced them. And then after that, it was May and Oliver.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was the last 2, the Altaria and the Altaria, and then the Walrein, and then the Leon and Nikolai. So that's 5, 5, 5, 1, 2. That's like 17. That's actually more closer to 20.
Yeah. Well, I haven't finished my Alpha Sapphire run.
But if there's no fainting rules.
Yeah.
If there's no fainting rules, then you could use 10 Pokemon, I think.
I don't know, I kind of like the fainting rules. We don't need to say that they're dead, we can just say they're ran away or whatever. But
or coma. So there's actually a point to being in the game.
Yeah.
Um,
But I don't know. I like the fainting rules because it adds that
Yeah.
challenge.
I think I'm gonna do a randomize, and you can do your storm. So you can do the Schema-Run, and I can do a random red run.
I know. I got to think about it now. I kind of like the idea of randomizing.
One of us has to do a Schema-Run.
I mean, I could do schema.
I mean, Pat's not doing his fish run.
He's not?
Well, Pat's not really on the channel anymore. He's kind of being a dick.
Okay.
He might come back.
Maybe.
I say with my teeth gritted. But I mean, Terrell wanted to do a Schema-Run of fucking, or at least a Coma run of not the Mr. Dungeon game. Coliseum and XD.
And I was.
He wants to do XD with either fainting runs or fainting rules or catching rules, which is like, they're all static encounters, bro. You're insane.
I think he should do fainting rules, but not catching rules.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, with the exception of, like, a few bosses, there's only one Pokemon per person.
Mm-hmm. Those games are great.
But Coliseum, fainting rules would fit in perfectly with the dark theme of that the game already has.
And he's doing XD, I think.
Okay. Ooh, good.
He wants to give you Coliseum, right?
Yes. I was fine with doing either, but I like the music in Coliseum better and the story.
Oh, did I tell you how those two games taught me how to whistle and snap?
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know how to whistle or snap for the longest time, and the same thing happened during both the games. First, we were playing Coliseum. My brother left to go do something. He's like, "Don't touch the game." I was in like probably 5th grade or whatever. And then he went up there, and he probably forgot about the game or whatever. He leaves the TV on and shit. So I was just sitting down there for probably 40 minutes, not touching the game, just listening. And it was the middle of the bad guys had come on, and their theme was playing. And it was the...
Oh, the snapping, yeah.
And I just sat there listening to that shit for 40 minutes. 30 minutes in, I'm just like, hey, I can do it!
I mean...
And then in the second game, in XD, the same situation happened.
He forgot about you?
Yes, he forgot.
No! I mean, I understand forgetting a game, but your sibling? I would have been so pissed. Or at the very least, just started playing the game. Like, screw you, man.
And then the same thing happened with XD, except that bad guy's theme was whistling. And I was just like, holy shit, I can do it! It was the same fucking situation. It was hilarious.
But no, we definitely need to get some XD and Coliseum Let's Plays in the channel. There are not enough of those, and Nintendo needs to to make a sequel. Or maybe
they won't
not make a sequel, because
they
Gates
might
to
ruin
Infinity.
Gates to Infinity, yeah. Oh, wow. 40 minutes. We have about 10 minutes to kill.
All right. What else is there? Have we talked about Super Mystery Oh, yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
Let's
check the list.
I was just so mixed about that.
I want to talk about
twice.
Oh, Pokemon Special.
Oh yeah.
So, I'm going to talk about Pokemon Special. Okay, so now I remember. I think that might have cut out a bit of this. I don't even know what I cut out. It was such a long segment.
It was.
It was like 40 minutes. So, you have read up through Yellow version.
Through Yellow version.
Yes.
And then a little bit of that awful Diamond and Pearl spinoff. Well, not awful. I liked it, but I don't know if I could reread it.
You didn't notice how much fan service there was.
I didn't notice.
Every female character was in black leather.
I know.
Yeah.
But Mitsumi was still awesome. I want to finish that series.
So basically, the first generation of it was... the thing about the manga is that Pokemon Special, the Game-Canon manga, is everything you want the games to be.
Yeah.
They are pure symbolic of what the games and what the protagonists are. They turn everyone into a symbol in the amazingest way. For example, what is red in the games? What does red embody?
I think it's tough because Red wasn't really given a personality. He was kind of just meant to be a thing for the player.
What did you do as the player in that game? What was the purpose of Red and Blue?
To be the very best.
To fucking destroy everyone.
And catch them all.
And catch everything. What is Red in those games? Red is just the battler. He's
total badass.
He is just the battler dude. There's he's really good at catching. He's like Mario. He's well-rounded and everything, but he also he's just the battler. And his rival, Blue or Green, is he's not totally embodying, Blue in the games and everything, but he gets it to a more symbolic level.
I feel like Blue in the games, a lot of it was just, I feel like Blue matured as
Blue
the games
totally
went on.
matured. Now imagine if Blue tried to mature way earlier than he did, and he was a bit of an asshole. Imagine if Blue was like Seto Kaiba.
I love Seto Kaiba.
Did I tell you how someone pulled his Seto Kaiba with a magic card?
No.
Someone walked into a card shop, laid down 500 $1 bills to buy an extremely rare card, and ripped it up in front of everyone, then walked out because he had a copy.
Was this in the card shop locally or a different one?
Just a card shop.
Oh
it's just
my
an urban legend. And everyone's like, he pulled a Seto Kaiba.
The real life Seto Kaiba.
Yeah, I mean, the guy probably had 4 copies of it and wanted to make them more expensive, so he just ripped up someone's.
Good times. Magic is like the real Yu-Gi-Oh! Because the real Yu-Gi-Oh! Kind of died.
Well, here's the thing that I figured out about Yu-Gi-Oh! None of the cards mean anything. They're all made up. All the flavor text is all made up. The creatures literally come from fucking nowhere. What story is behind the Dark Magician? He's just that. Every character in the game, every character in the cards is just made up.
What about the Winged Dragon of Ra?
Everything except for that, but everything is paradoxical. They exist because the game exists, and the game exists because they exist. But it's like, didn't the original game when the Egyptians played with hieroglyphics just have 10 cards? Where did all these other come from? They made a game in the game. They go into the game and it has all the characters from the game in their own little world. But that was created after the game. So how'd they know to make that world if the flavor text didn't exist? And God,
stop reading into Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh!
It's so
the
childish.
mangaka didn't know what they were doing. The season 0, the first 12 volumes of the manga or something. He was just writing and he had no idea where it was going, and the cards just kind of came in as a side plot and then eventually took over the whole plot. So don't complain about the plot of Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a ploy to sell cards.
And the thing with Magic is that every single card in Magic is a part of the story. And the art and the flavor text is all part of the story. The story comes first.
It's a long story.
And the cards are just a depiction of it. Oh, and if you think Tarkir is long, Tarkir is just one of, I think, 20.
How long has Magic been around?
Oh, well, 1983, and the plot, as far as I'm concerned, goes back to 2000.
Oh, wow. Because, I want to get into it, but I'm a little...
I have a playlist that you can watch that probably will take you about 3 hours, but it will catch you up.
I'm a little afraid of the format changing every year. I could have a great deck. Oh my god. Deck. And then in a year it could just be
In a year it'll just be like all the other guys who just have those old decks.
Yeah.
But I think Tarkir is different. I honestly think Tarkir is different.
But just playing casually.
All the other generations, all the other old cards are like that, but Tarkir feels different. Tarkir is going to be around for a while.
I don't know what that means.
I'll explain it to you later. I have to explain to you the entire history of Magic and Halo. So there's a lot to cover. But we were talking about Pokemon Special.
Oh, yeah! So there's your Card Facts 101.
Yes, red card about cards. We should do a Red Card podcast.
We should.
Where
were we?
Pokemon Special is really symbolic of the characters. Because Gold is so carefree, it's just ridiculous. Oh wait, you haven't read Gold's.
No, I want to, though. I hear it's really good.
Well, here's the basis of Silver, okay? Gold, Silver, whatever. The main characters are Chris, who's the girl.
Short for Crystal, I'm assuming.
Yep. Gold, who's the guy, and Silver, who's the rival. And Gold, the purpose of him is that basically he becomes the embodiment of breeding. Because he has a Pichu. And then Chris is the embodiment of catching, because she's the master catcher. And Silver is the embodiment of plot, essentially.
The embodiment of plot.
There's a plot that comes out in Gen 2 that puts together in a fucking crazy plot web, puts together Silver, Green, the girl, or Blue, depending on your region, and Yellow.
Who's apparently a chick.
Yes.
Spoiler alert. It's been like 10 years, so I don't think I need to say that.
Can you imagine what could possibly exist that would wrap up silver, green, and yellow?
Hoopa?
Nope. All the batshit crazy plot was completely invented by the manga writers, and it's so good. It is, you know that feeling when you first came up to... Wait, was Lance in the original 3?
I think
Did you do anything with Lance?
He was in the Yellow comic, so I think so.
Right. Was there Lorelei? They were hunting down Ash, right? I mean Red, right?
Ash in the comics.
Oh,
you
God.
disgust me. Ash would die.
No, he would die instantly.
I mean, those
people
comics.
die in those comics. Like, it's crazy.
What did the Gen 5 gym leaders survive?
I don't know, because I didn't
that
read
little
that.
incident.
I didn't read that.
Oh my gosh!
I can tell you someone who didn't die. I mean, didn't survive. A little bug lady or photographer. I forget which.
Maybe both. No,
it was one of them.
Oh,
Their
yeah.
sisters. I forget which it was.
Oh, I thought they both.
No, it was like 3 full-page panels that I saw. And what was in the Gen 6 comic that...
Can we look this up? Because I don't entirely believe you.
You don't entirely believe
I don't entirely believe you.
Well, okay. Let me just... Okay, good.
Just, if you haven't called on already, spoilers for Pokemon Special. Probably
out of context spoilers.
Probably the rest of this episode.
Honedge murder.
Eevee training Honedge is the first thing that pops up. Oh my gosh, there's an Esprit holding a Honedge. But...
Here it is. Okay, so somewhere here there's a murder scene. Ah. Here we go, these two. Is it this next one?
Oh, this is Japanese. They might try to localize it because... Well, do they still do that thing where they try to, like, make it less violent when they bring it over here?
Ah, here we go. That's it.
Okay, she could have survived that. Okay, that is all in Japanese.
Look at the tears. Look at the body language.
Maybe, we don't know if she... Okay, there is no context here.
Dead.
No, she is literally just holding a Honedge and crying, looking over... You don't even see photographer lady's full body there. She could have just, like, passed out.
No, that's the... Okay, photographer lady is the bug lady.
Yeah,
right.
I keep thinking they're different people. But,
Look at the body language of the admin, though. The body language there.
Okay, that's kind of creepy. But when has Team Flare ever not been totally creepy?
I think that in this, Team Flare is actually legit.
I can't imagine that.
Well, imagine it.
I can't imagine, like, getting into a battle with a Team Flare character and not laughing. Just hysterically and uncontrollably laughing.
You want to know someone who I was laughing at for a while and took me a long time to deal with?
Oh, God.
Emerald. But he grew on me.
It should have been Wally. I don't care what anyone says.
No, because Wally already had his story.
I don't care. It should have been Wally. Wally deserves main character title.
Trust me, when you read the 3rd generation, you'll be happy at what happens with Wally. Wally is like, it works out for him.
Type in Honedge murder and I see angsty anime pictures just everywhere.
Basically,
But no, I don't think anyone died.
But here's the thing about Wally, okay? Imagine, you know how I told you how much of a pansy Ruby is, right?
Yeah.
You know Ruby's dad, right?
Was it Norman? Is it Norman?
Norman.
In the comics?
Yeah. Norman.
Okay.
Norman is the fighting guy.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'm just gonna pull it up right here.
Is there like a subplot where he tries to like whip chubby Ruby into shape?
What's it called?
Oh my gosh, I see some of the original art with red and yellow right there. They are too cute.
I know, right?
Too precious for this world. For this comic series.
There might be spoilers might come up. Why isn't it pulling up?
Because your 100 tabs are making
No,
your computer
it's
lag.
not doing it. Seriously, computer, what's going on?
There we go.
Somewhere here.
Oh my gosh, look at Wally just looking at his little Ralts. He's so cute.
There we go. That's pretty good. He hates Ruby because he's such a pansy.
I would too.
There is this giant epic fight scene.
So is Brent...
There's a thunderstorm going on. He's fighting a slacking, insolent brat. Is this how you talk to your father? Yada yada. Like,
why did you run away from home? Ladies and gentlemen, the Shinji Ikari of Pokemon.
So, now imagine, okay? How could he love one of the characters in this story? Who would be a good match for Norman? If Norman could disown his son and have another son, who would he adopt? He adopts Wally, essentially.
No.
And they go to Spear... You know who goes to Spear Pillar and brings Rayquaza back with Norman? Motherfucking Wally. With Ruby's Sceptile. The Trico that got separated from Ruby found his way to Wally and said, Wally is a better trainer. I'm going to be with Wally.
So, like, poor Brendan doesn't even, like, have any character development. He's just a little bitch.
Ruby gets a lot of
the whole thing.
No. Ruby gets a lot of character development. And a lot of it is actually in this fight scene. And he does learn to fight and everything. And he actually gets the only confirmed romantic relationship with his rival in any other game. Him and Sapphire. Which is that scene you saw on Mirage Island in the other...
Yeah, I would think that maybe Sapphire would take the main role, because she seems pretty badass.
Nope, Wally does. Wally takes on the... Because these two take, there's a scene, God, I love the art style of the...
I'm kind of glad Wally gets his time to shine. I feel like he was kind of stomped on in the games. Like, he gets, like, more confidence and stronger and stuff. But at the end of Victory Road, you still basically stomp him. Because you're the player.
Yeah, no, he matures the fuck up in this game. Like, you know how you were expecting Ruby to mature up in that one scene?
Mm-hmm.
Wally does that instead. Wally is like Norman's favorite son that he never had.
Poor. I kind of feel
for
that
Ruby.
Face?
You see that face? That face changes a lot throughout the game.
He's so happy and innocent. Can only imagine what is to come.
Where's the scene with the Relicanth? I can't find the exact scene with the Relicanth. Oh, that's funny. Wait, no, that's the wrong... I was about to say that's funny they have May versus Sapphire, but it's Dawn, and I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about. Can't find the exact scene with it, but basically, Ruby and Sapphire are inseparable for plot reasons. Like, you know, red and blue orb and shit like that. I can't find the scene.
I see Steven, though.
Yeah.
I love Steven.
Basically, Wally has to take the role that these guys can't fill because they have very, very important shit to do. Oh, here it is. This is what Dive looks like in the manga.
Oh my gosh. That is so cool.
They need to find Relicanth is the only Pokemon, Relicanth is like a sacred Pokemon because it's the only thing that can use Dive and keep people alive and shit like that. It's batshit insane. It is batshit insane. And that's not even the craziest part of the stories. You want to know what's crazier than that? The next generation, and next generation that, and next generation after that. Because guess what they do in a Diamond and Pearl? Deal with crazy shit on Spear Pillar. Then, guess what they do in Heart Gold and Soul Silver? Do crazy shit in the Shinto Ruins. Where they literally do the creation thing, by the way.
Yeah, there was an event for that.
You see that event.
That
Imagine,
freaked me out.
Dude, imagine that in that. And you want to know what else happens? In the Fire Red and Leaf Green thing, there is a story with Deoxys, one of them having the bread, I shit you not, but that's not the craziest part, because guess who's also dead?
Please, no, stop. I'm scared.
Mewtwo!
Okay.
Who fights with a giant spoon!
I'm done. I am done. That is like a bad fan fiction.
No, it is amazing! It is perfectly executed. And yes, Mewtwo fights with a giant spoon.
What is he, Kadabra? Alakazam?
I will show you this giant spoon. It's amazing.
Oh my gosh. I can't. I need to see this in context. I hope you know that saying...
Badass spoon ever.
You need,
He fights with a legit spoon.
Okay, that does look pretty badass. but
And he beats people up with
Red
it
and
so much.
Mewtwo, how do you justify that? It sounds like a bad fan fiction without any context.
It's either that or Space Center. But yeah, here's Mewtwo slapping Deoxys with a giant spoon.
Well, now I can die happy that I've seen this.
Oh, by the way, for everyone who has never seen it, Pokemon, when they go into a Pokeball, they turn into tiny Pokemon.
And they can
They're
still,
literally
like,
pocket monsters.
think in the Pokeball and
Yes,
run around.
and they can escape out of it if they want to. And you can see them reacting and everything. It's amazing. It's the best rendition. Like, they're little tiny Pokemon in Pokeballs. It's perfect.
I also love that the Toad Pikachu had, like, kids today will never know just what kind of an ass Pikachu was in the original manga and anime even. Now Pikachu's just like all happy and friendship, but no.
Oh yeah, and there's
there's
Yellow's.
Yellow is so cute.
Where is? Oh, and here's Lance, who looks absolutely amazing.
I love this art style. I mean, new art style is good. But...
I mean, Sapphire though. Oh, by the way, if you didn't know the original plot of this, it's that page right there. Basically, Ruby wants to become the best contest, beat all the contests, and Sapphire wants to beat all the gyms, and they have 80 days to do it. Which just so happens to line up with all the other batshit crazy stuff, and yeah.
Time limit of 80 days. That's not even a year. I'd give them at least a year.
You don't know Sapphire. Sapphire is crazy.
I like her already.
Also, she faints because she got... Yeah, that's pretty... Ow.
Oh.
Sucks, right?
That's why you should wear an actual shirt, Sapphire. I wish that we could, like, show these images.
Oh, yeah, she saved him from Mighty Anna. Yeah.
Professor Birch should have...
This is, like, the most legit ship that ever happened in any Pokemon thing ever. Like, all the other pairs, like Red and Leaf or Gold and Chris, like, no, there's nothing going on.
I never saw anything between Red and Leaf in the
No, because
comics.
Leaf has too much shit to do. And Chris has too much shit to do. And Platina has too much shit to do. But this was the one season. You know how I always say that Generation 3 is all about Generation 3?
Yeah.
Generation 3 was all about Generation 3. It was amazing. Like...
We are so biased, though.
No, but the original 4 have to do shit overseas and stuff. These two never leave their region. They are tied to it. It is amazing.
That's what Unova was supposed to be like. When I had a feeling.
Yeah, Unova was all about itself.
It didn't work.
It just had too much shit going on. Oh yeah, that's a bit of Ruby right there. You can see why this was the romantic region.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know the context of the scene, but I feel like he's justified.
I think this is while he's fighting. No.
I mean, his Feebas.
He's holding
looks
a Feebas.
That Feebas looks pretty
okay,
damaged.
This looks like it's in the middle of a giant fight scene, but I remember the context. It's a totally normal, chill scene. He's talking with a fisherman. The fisherman fishes up a Feebas and goes to throw it back in the ocean. And this is his reaction. Because he called the Feebas ugly.
Okay, could you do me a favor and just, like, maybe read that in crying Archie voice?
Yes, I can totally do it. Can you be a fisherman who throws out a Feebas? Like, catch the Feebas, be disgusted, and throw it away.
Alright. Alright. Let's get this shot. Oh my god, this Feebas. It's, like, so totally gross. Ew. Throws Feebas away.
Jumps and catches it. No! You know nothing! True beauty lies in the heart that is capable of love! You have to understand this before everything is destroyed at your hands!
I think maybe...
I'll save you, Feebas!
Maybe in, like, a dramatic contest scene that could have worked. I don't know, I need to see it in, like, context. Because I really like this scene, but if you're telling me that it's just out of nowhere...
It's either that or it's either that or he's fighting Juan.
I don't know, his Feebas looks like... totally messed up.
He might be fighting Juan, and Juan insults him
like,
for it. But Juan has a Milotic. He must know.
If he's like in the middle of a gym battle, I understand. But like,
I honestly forget the. I remember that
he looks like his face is all scratched up.
Yeah, I honestly forget the context. I think it might have had to do with that.
I need to read this. Where can I just buy? At that convention we were at, when I went to that dealer room to buy that overpriced alpaca, they had like all the black and white manga in one.
Meh.
But I don't think I'd really enjoy the black.
All the female characters in this were so good. Like Leaf was so good.
Except
Sapphire
for
was
her,
so
like,
good.
Fear of birds, but it was justified. It was justified really well.
No, you don't know why she fears birds.
Didn't a giant bird that was like or Moltres or something abduct her parents?
It did more than just that. You'll see that in the second comic.
Oh no.
You know how I said that Leaf, Yellow, and Silver were all linked?
Yeah.
Has something to do with that big bird.
No. Wait, who is it again? Chris and Silver?
And Leaf. No, Leaf, Silver, and Yellow.
Are Silver and Yellow Leaf's parents?
No.
Okay, I'm glad. That would have been too much.
It has to do with child abductions and what's under Yellow's hat.
All right. Don't tell me anymore. I need to read these. No more spoilers. I didn't actually realize I could be spoiled, but apparently the manga really, really goes away from everything.
It's very in-depth. It is insane. It is batshit crazy. But yeah, it's pretty batshit crazy. The Deoxys stuff is just ridiculous.
I always like to see Deoxys being impaled with a spoon.
Here's some more nightmare fuel for you. The Shuckle guy.
Oh no.
Where is him in his sea of Shuckles? He fights with like 1 million Shuckle.
Only jerks use Shuckles. If you in gold, I give you the Shuckle. I took the Shuckle and I never gave it back to him, and I have no regrets. He was probably a jerk for having a Shuckle.
No, have you not seen the message he sends you?
No.
You don't know that?
No, what is it?
It's the most heartwarming thing ever.
My gold deleted itself. It was really depressing. What does he send you?
When you go back to his house after you give him the Pokemon, he has nothing but a note left about how much he loves this Pokemon, and he it's something crazy.
Also, how long's the podcast going?
That's an hour, so
okay.
We'll close it after this.
All right, just don't want to go overboard. I don't know. Can you have a podcast be too long?
Oh yeah. It usually 50 minutes is how long it goes. I can't find the guy with the Shuckle. Oh well.
Now I feel kind of bad for not giving back to him. I would give it back to him, but my data's all gone.
Yeah. So I just want to show you one last thing that'll blow your mind.
Okay.
Keep in mind this is a joke, probably.
Probably. Oh no, I'm scared.
I want to know if this is disturbing or adorable.
Well, I think Regice is adorable, so are you sure that I'm the person you should...
Okay, close your eyes.
All right.
Think of a Gardevoir.
Okay.
Open your eyes.
Link that.
Oh, yeah.
Link that in the description. I'm not even going to say what it is.
I'll put it in the video.
Okay.
They're looking at it.
All I can think of is Toad from Super Mario Brothers.
I think she's adorable, bald. I think she's adorable.
I don't.
I want that hat.
Okay, yeah, I admit I would want that hat. Is this in the Ask Gardevoir blog I showed you?
No, this is Erlyn.
Oh, okay.
From Raku Guy.
I don't care, I love it.
Yep.
And the art is so cute. It's a hat.
It's a hat. And you know the joke, right? The joke that they're referencing?
Is it from Mario?
No. The debate. Brendan.
Oh!
It's a hat. That's the joke.
I totally missed that.
Imagine if this was talking about Brendan. So, do you have white hair, or is it an extension? Do you have white hair on top, but black on the back? What is it? It's a hat.
I always knew it was a hat. I have
never
no
thought
idea
it was a hat.
where you guys were thinking it was hair.
I thought it was white hair.
You clearly had watched more anime than me at that point.
I just thought it was white
hair. I hadn't been conditioned
cool
enough yet to think, oh yeah, people can have white hair.
I'm just gonna Google "it's a hat" and see if that's what comes up.
It's a hat. No, a video popped up.
Hey, first result is Ruby.
That is like a
It's
really
a hat.
nice looking picture of Ruby.
First result. A fourth result is Toad without the hat on from the TV show.
That freaked me out as a kid. I'm like, Toad, no. You can't just take off your head.
It's non-canon.
People don't do that.
It's non-canon. Okay, so what's up with Brendan's hat? Why does this have anything to do with it? Oh, this girl's cute. She has a cute plot. There's some nice magma and aqua people and everything. And then there's nothing relevant after that. Sapphire is adorable, though.
Oh, I can't get over her.
All of my want. That's adorable.
All of your feels.
But yeah, Sapphire and Ruby are the only times there's ever been actual, like, legit romantic relationship.
And I feel like I ship them too. Like, I have a feeling it's not forced and it's done really well.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, goodbye, everybody!
Yes, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed.
Yes. Goodbye. Please like or Tarzan Sapphire is going to rip your flesh off and wear as a skirt.
Or subscribe. I think subscriptions are more important than likes.
I know, but, like, I'm not going to be that guy.
Please like, but don't like, subscribe, or comment. Just like. Just like and go.
Or just subscribe and don't like.
Just subscribe and don't like.
Subscribe and never let us know you're subscribed. Make your subscriptions private so we don't even know. Now, please, be a part of our community and help us. If you want to be on a podcast, just email me. And, bye. I'm so thirsty.